Good morning. My name is Marketa, and this is my allotment plot in Coventry in the first week of February. January felt to me like it would never end. We had loads of frost, even some snow, and spring felt just so distant and unreal. But I bet you now, we blink twice and the spring will be here. I'm not ready for it. Edit, I am ready for the sunshine, but my allotment isn't quite there yet. On a Sunday, in between the rain, I managed to get to the plot with my husband, and he helped me to fix my wobbly stagings, as I was showing you in my last spring cleaning video. So you can see now the stagings in both greenhouses are very stable and ready for growing. He also helped me to fix my big shed. Well, not quite. I will show you what got fixed. This is the shed, and one of these planks, this one, fell off, and you could see straight through into the shed. But I think there is a little bit more work on the shed to be done. The roof is, for example, completely rotten. And then I have been very lucky and I managed to slot in another day at the plot. Have a look what I have been up to. It's beginning of February, and this month, apart from the early sowings, should be all about preparation for spring. As I drove to the allotment today, I noticed that we had fresh woodchip delivery. Do I need to say more? I'm standing on a path that's been created 2 years ago by laying cardboard and woodchip. Last year I only woodchipped this area, and this year I'm intending to do the same. But I need to do some weeding first. You can see that there is quite a few grass growing all over my path. And this is really a word of warning for you, friendly word of warning. Last year I made quite a big mistake, I think. I bought straw to put around my strawberries, and I bought it from a pet shop. And what happened? Most of the straw around the strawberries regrew, and I had grass absolutely everywhere. So hopefully, if I keep weeding, then I will eventually get rid of it. For weeding my paths, my tool of choice is hori knife, because it's narrow and sharp, and I can easily reach even deeper roots of every weed. And you cause minimum disruption on the path. And it's really quick. I got a little bit sidetracked from easy weeding with my hori knife. I am now holding mattock in my hand, and I'm attacking quickly this area, this forgotten area of my plot. It is directly in front of my shed, which is very ironic, but I pretend the shed is not happening. It is a nightmare, like from a horror scene. And these poor gooseberries, these are the only bushes I kept on this plot because they would be really hard to get rid of. This whole area is one massive pile of stones and bricks, and it's beyond me how anybody thought that it was a good idea to plant gooseberries partly in shade and on top of bricks. Maybe next to the shed, where now all the grass is. Ooh, this is definitely entrance for animals. Anyway, next to the shed, I could grow maybe some spring bulbs or some other flowers. I'm not comfortable weeding next to this gap. You can definitely tell that's where rats, mice and whatever else enters the shed through there. So I'm just going to weed this little area, and this year for the first time I will try to grow something in it. This stone is very useful because you can clean on it your muddy valleys. Very handy, that's staying. I just remove the grass from around it. And I will have to wood chip now, even more wood chip to do. You see, everywhere where I dig, still so much glass. And plastic. I've got a bucket for plastic and glass. At all times I'm working on my allotment, so it's always here, ready. Don't want to take all the soil with it. More glass. I really didn't expect to be doing this today. I've got so much other jobs to do. It's always the case, isn't it? More glass. Couch grass roots, plastic. Oops, been walking over my bluebells, which I don't intend to. Well, the dream about growing some pretty flowers along the shed has already ended, because you have to open the door, and it would have to be some very low flowers to be able to grow underneath these doors. And then over there I can't really grow anything either, because the access to the back of the shed is only through here, and I need a space there. So I will just wood chip it and be done. And because this is a problematic area with loads of couch grass roots and brambles, I'm going to use cardboard. I have still got some spare. once this area is wood chipped, it should look a little bit neater. This was a bit more wood chip than I would normally use in one area, but if you use cardboard and if you have got a high traffic area, so you just have to use a little bit more. Finally, back to this simple, straightforward job I started 2 hours ago. Now this feels like Christmas miracle. I managed to get a full wheelbarrow of real stuff, real wood chip, in comparison to this. I'm not going to waste it on these paths, but I have got very muddy area in front of my greenhouses, so I'm going to use the real stuff there. I didn't press the recording button properly, so you couldn't see me mulching this area, but look at this. Look at this. What a difference. How beautiful would my plot look with the real wood chip. But it's not only the aesthetic side. The wood chip, plain wood chip, just lasts longer and you don't have to do it and redo it all the time. With the better wood chip, I have just about managed to cover the area around my greenhouses and around my potting bench. So I'm very pleased about it, although it has got a lot of laurel leaves in it, but still better than what we normally get. No more mud. And now we are back to basics. This is what I just brought, and it's the usual stuff. So I'm going to do this path as the last one today, because it is the path connecting my shed with the greenhouses, and this is where I walk most of times, and you can tell it's getting muddy. So let's do it. Today's progress. There will be something special happening today, way more exciting than laying wood chip. You might have noticed when I was walking into the allotment that I was holding this bag. Can you guess what it is? The clue is this arch. Yes, the clue is this archway. And for those who follow me a little bit longer, you might have seen my video from about mid-December, where I was pruning grapevine growing on this arch. Since April 2024, I have been very successfully growing grapevine in Coventry outdoors. And last autumn, I had my first very good harvest. I am growing 4 different varieties, 2 blue grapevines and 2 green. The one at the front here I am now showing, it's called Kentish Claret, and it is a blue grapevine. And this grapevine, also don't forget, I planted these grapevines in April 2024, and they were just little sticks. And last autumn, I had an amazing harvest from it. It was absolutely loaded with grapevine, hanging also from the top. So you were actually walking underneath grapevine. I will try to find some pictures and add them here. grapevine on the right at the front is a well-known grapevine called Chardonnay. It is a green variety, green grapevine, and I had only relatively few in comparison to this grapevine, to Kentish Claret, but it did have some, and I have to say it tastes very nice. But the tastiest grapevine, at least to my taste buds, has to be this one. It is a green variety, green grape, called Huxerebe. And the taste of these grapes was exceptionally delicious and very sweet. I have to recommend this one to grow to everybody. It didn't have nowhere near as many grapes as this Kentish Claret next to it, but it is known to have a huge yield. And we must not forget that these grapevines are still very young, and you can see it is still only just a little stick. And the last grapevine I am growing is called Triomphe d'Alsac, or similar pronunciation. And it's a blue variety, blue grapevine. It did have a few grapes, so we will see what it does this year. Let's now have a look what grapevines I bought. So let's do a little bit of unboxing. I haven't actually seen them yet, so I will see them for the first time as you do. You see they are in pots. And they are looking probably similar size to the ones I bought in April 2024. I will need scissors. Let's carefully open the back. And the idea is that I should and I would like to plant them today. They are tiny, but I think they are looking reasonably healthy. I have chosen a green grapevine and a red one, and I am aware that because these are seedless grapevines, then the success that I will actually have grapes is questionable in our climate. However, I have done my research and I tried to find seedless grapevine that has got a chance of growing and fruiting even in Coventry. The first variety is called Grape Allotment Seedless, and it is interesting when I'm reading the label, and I didn't know that, it actually says that it is a pale green sweet fruits. It has pale green sweet fruits for indoor cultivation or outdoors with a good aspect. But then what I find quite interesting and strange, I didn't know, it says some seeded fruits may appear if grown outdoors. So it's not guaranteed that this is seedless. If it's cold, then I might get still fruit, but with seeds. The other one is called Grape Suffolk Red. And this one out of these two is supposed to be a little bit more frost hardy or cold tolerant. And according to label, it has red to near black fruits, generally seedless if indoor grown, good flavor. Let's go and plant them. For this side of the arch, I have chosen the green variety, the Grape Allotment Seedless, because the other grape is supposed to be just that little bit more cold tolerant, and this side of the arch gets more sun that we can see at the moment. And to plant grapevine, it's fairly easy. You dig a hole of roughly twice the size of the root ball, fill with compost, place your grapevine in roughly to the same level as it's currently growing in the pot. Water if needed. It might not be needed as much today. And That's it. So let's plant the grapevines. First grapevine planted. I am going to remove the label, obviously. And I forgot to mention, when you are planting the grapevine, when you take it out of the pot, and it applies to any plant really, just make sure that the plant is not pot bound, so try to tease out the roots a little bit. Let's now plant Suffolk Red. I am now very excited to see how the new grapevines will be doing and what the whole arch is going to look like. It's going to be completely covered in grapevine now. And I have to be careful because there is some competition. I grew nasturtiums in this area last year. Inside of my large greenhouse, it does need weeding. I will not be filming it as I am weeding, but I'm showing you before picture, and then I will show you once it's done. And then I have got some intentions with the greenhouse, so I will talk about it after. Weeding completed. It was quite satisfying. Looking good, I think. I moved the staging that was here. I moved it temporarily into this location because I'm planning to put here something else. And the something else I was talking about and I'm about to put into the greenhouse is one of these little greenhouses. I have in the shed somewhere, I hope, a cover for these. And I am planning to put this greenhouse into the big greenhouse just to grow on some of my seedlings. We are no doubt going to have more frost. So if you have a greenhouse within a greenhouse, then they will stay just a little bit more protected. So I'm going to make the move. I have moved one of the greenhouses. It just about fits so that it's not blocking the path because of its height. It can't go any more in. And look what I brought with me with the greenhouse. There is a huge foxglove. I still don't know. It was growing through the greenhouse. I still don't know. I don't want to kill it if possible. But I don't know, can you see, how I can remove it without breaking the plant in half. I don't think I can, because the root ball, maybe if I remove all the soil from the root ball, I can just about squeeze it through. Now we are on a rescue mission. I did it. You see a huge foxglove that will be beautiful and large, flowering this season. They are biennials. And they have got such tiny, shallow roots. So I'm going to plant it, and then I will talk about this greenhouse. So what I'm going to do with the greenhouse, within a greenhouse. First of all, I have to find it the cover. And then I am holding here in my hand some seeds I'm going to sow at home. Some of them just on a windowsill, some of them require also a heat mat, for example, verbena. I actually sown verbena already this morning. The greenhouse at the allotment is unheated and it doesn't offer the optimal germination temperature. The seeds, most of these seeds would eventually germinate, but it would just take unnecessarily long. They would struggle. Seeds need the most of heat when they are germinating. So I'm going to help them. I'm going to germinate them at home. And once they have germinated, I'm going to bring them here to the greenhouse and I will let them grow on under the additional protection. Let me show you what seeds I will be sowing this week. Radishes. I like to sow this mix of radishes. Not only different colors, but also different flavors. They are just divine. Carrots. I selected early Nantes because they are quite cold hardy and grow fast and are very tasty. Pea. The variety is called half pint and they are dwarfing peas. The plant itself, the height of the plant is only 30 to 38 centimeters according to label, but the pots are normal size and they are very cold hardy, so they are perfect for this time of the year. Lettuce annalina, my favorite lettuce. Not first time I'm speaking about annalina. They are the lettuces I am growing now in the greenhouse, so it's time to start some more. Parsley. I have got here only one packet of herbs, but I'm going to be also growing basil, coriander and chives starting now. Spring onions and also leeks. Leeks are also on order. Now, celeriac needs to be started very soon. Probably I will wait with it till, well, for another maybe 2 weeks maximum. Verbena I have already started this morning and it's already growing on a heat mat under artificial lights because verbena also needs for germination light, not only warmth. And the last plant I will be trying for the first time this year is loofah. Loofah requires very high germination temperature, 25 to 28 Celsius, and also needs to be kept warm and protected until after last frost. So loofah is staying at home, not going to the allotment greenhouse. Same applies to verbena. I will say goodbye to you today from my greenhouse. I hope you enjoyed my vlog. The nature is definitely waking up and we can also start getting excited. Sow the seeds, watch the seedlings grow. Have a wonderful gardening week and I will see you next time. Goodbye.